When I first got out of bed and they made me get up and go into the bathroom, and I looked in the mirror and I saw what my face looked like for the first time. And I remember I came out of the bathroom and I looked at my wife and I said, "Just leave." And she said, "What do you mean, just leave?" I said, "Look at my face. You think this is ever going to heal?" I didn't want to live. I knew what I needed to do. I didn't want to do it, but I needed to get out of that hospital. I needed to get my gun, and I needed to get this over with. I didn't feel like I had a choice. I was 100% sure what I thought I needed to do.
They took me back into the room where my daughter was, which I left with a complete stranger, and all of a sudden I just heard him screaming, like a scream that I've never heard, like worse than a horror movie.
I'm Brandon Schroeder. August 24th, 2011, I was in an arc flash accident that changed my life. I didn't have my arc flash suit, I didn't have my proper safety gear, and I thought I could just go ahead and disconnect a wire, something I've done a million times. So I went ahead and tried to disconnect that wire, and I ended up burning 16% of my body.
And I was at a place where I have been a million times, and I remember it took me about a half an hour just to get to the interstate.
The morphine would temporarily take the pain away, but I think more than the physical pain was watching my wife and family come in there and look at me and look in the mirror and look at my face and not know if I was ever going to look like I looked before my accident.
There was no sleep. I got more sleep with my newborn than I did when I was at the hospital, but it was horrible. Thinking back on it, I really don't know how I did it. Or how I got through. I just knew that all I was doing was getting through, and he had to endure all that pain. So Brandon came home after 4 weeks, and I can't tell you how excited we were. And it wasn't my husband that was coming home. It was the shell of the man, unfortunately, that went through this accident. He got super depressed, barely got off the couch. Having him home was way worse than having him in the hospital. It took him a long time to get to that point where he said, "No matter what, I'm getting my hand back, I'm getting my life back."
Here we go. Oh, she got it. So I'm just happy I get to be a dad. My daughter gets to grow up with a dad. None of this would have been possible had I not survived that accident. When I first got contacted about speaking about my accident, I really didn't want to do this. Since then, I never dreamed it would grow into what it's grown into. I've presented for a lot of major companies, from EMS to firefighters to electrical workers, factory workers, office workers, and that's really my goal with this presentation, is to make people believe in safety. I never thought this would happen to me. I never thought that one day I'd be riding in a helicopter. When you leave the door in the morning, you don't think, "I'm not coming home tonight, I'm going to be in the hospital." No one thinks that's going to happen to them. You're too well trained. I used to think safety was just common sense. Safety means, who needs safety means? Safety's common sense, and that's not the case. So I'll do this presentation for people as long as the phone keeps ringing.